My first memory of HIV and AIDS was probably around the age of 10. There was a gentleman who was a friend of our family, and he was wonderful. He was amazing. He was a chef. He made cakes. He did all kinds of wonderful stuff. And I came home from school one day and my family told me that he had died. And it crushed me because the first birthday cake that I remember was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and a Santa Claus cake. And Fred made it for me. That was his name. I didn't know what HIV and AIDS was back then, and my family refused to talk about it. All we knew was he had passed away and he was gay. Those were the two things that we knew. Some people said he died of cancer. Some people said that there were speculations on other things. But back then, HIV and AIDS was not something that was prevalently talked about in the media.
I do not know anybody directly affected by it. And growing up, I didn't even know what it was until I was, I would say, 18 or 19, when I truly knew what it was. And I understood more about it when I watched the play Rent. Is the first time I ever understood how it can actually affect people's lives, where people feel like they can't live anymore, or people who just deal with it by themselves and shut themselves out, and other people who don't let it get to them and are able to go out and live their life and just live.
In my experiences with HIV and AIDS, from the religious standpoint, is that I never really knew what AIDS was until I got into the church. The first person that I knew that had it was a friend, and she had contracted it from her ex-boyfriend. So my perspective of it was a little different than what I was being taught and told about it. Now, as a pastor, I would say that the best way to be protected is to be abstinent. But being in the real world and knowing that the majority of the people are not, I feel that people need to be educated.
I don't directly know anybody affected by HIV or AIDS. However, I do know that the primary emotion associated with AIDS is fear. And it's a scary topic because we don't know a whole lot about it. It's not talked about. And I feel like we just need more awareness. There's a lack of awareness, there's a lack of education, and there's a lack of empathy among this topic.
I actually dated two gentlemen that was affected with HIV. I did not know that they were. It wasn't something that was noticeable. They fed me, in so many words, a lot of lies. But I guess building the relationship with them, they realized who I was as a person, and they didn't want to affect me with it. I thank God every day that I did not have sex with any of them.
We need to understand that we must educate our kids. And parents, you must educate yourself. HIV and AIDS is not necessarily a killer anymore. I have a friend who's been living with HIV for 17 years. This goes to show us that there are things, there are ways, there are treatments, and ways that you can receive the proper medical care that you need to live a long, healthy life.
Well, a year ago, I was tested for HIV and AIDS, and it was my first time being tested for HIV and AIDS, and it was quick, it was simple, it was not hard, it wasn't painful at all. They took like a swab in my mouth. I had to hold it in my mouth for 30 seconds to a minute, and that was about it. And then you call about a month later and see what your status is.
We as a society need to be more compassionate and less fearful of this disease. There are innocent children being born every single day with this disease, and they contract it in the womb from their mothers and fathers.
My standpoint is that we have to learn how to love each other, regardless of what a person's status is. To educate them on what it is and to teach them that there are ways to protect yourself and to get help.
Know who you are, and with knowing who you are can help with making a lot of decisions, especially if you are gay, or if you're a lesbian, or whatever it may be. Just knowing who you are and know what you should believe in.
As a person who works in the entertainment industry, it's extremely important to know actors, singers, dancers, artists, visual artists, get tested. HIV and AIDS is prevalent in the entertainment community. We must protect ourselves.
Just knowing the person that you're being sexually active with is highly, highly important, and being able to be close to them and talk about things like that is definitely an importance.
There's only so much religion can do to stop this disease. People have to be proactive and go out there and understand what it is that they're warring against.
Especially if you're thinking about having a family, you could pass this on to your child. And children are coming into this world every single day with this disease, and they don't have a choice.
Love yourself, know who you are, build a relationship with you, build a relationship with God.
Know your status.
Get educated and use protection.
And we look forward to seeing you getting tested in your hood.
Trapped inside.